Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I am your Dapper Dan host, Jamal, and with me is a guy who is also dressed for the ball, Reeves. My co-host is here.
Hey everyone, I got dressed up.
Yep.
I don't feel my best. Just so you know, I might be a little sleepy, a little tired, because I did get my booster, despite what our president told me to do. I did get the booster, and it's got me kind of fucked up. So if I get kind of sleepy during the podcast, fall asleep, in my cummerbund, it's okay. There's enough people to
Everyone
take care
who's
of you.
listening, you should also go get your booster seats.
Mhm.
President Biden is giving out free booster seats. It's not just for the young and kind of the old population now.
For the little
anyone can-
people.
Yeah, anyone can get a booster seat now and finally join the conversation at the table.
Mhm.
Can I ask a question?
That's Brian, who's third mic. He's also here. He's
Yo,
not
it's-
dressed up. He's not dressed up for prom. He's
Mhm.
too punk rock for that.
What up, King? Did Balloon Head really say not to get a booster?
He said it's over, and the implication
Okay,
was
okay,
you
okay.
don't need to do it, which,
right.
Given
Yeah.
the age of the man, I guess I can be
Which-
okay.
Yeah. And the fact that his head is a balloon.
Yeah.
Thank
if
God
you
he
heard
wears
little-
a tie, right? That
Anything
keeps
can
the
pop right
balloons
off.
out. Yes. They'd
Yeah.
fly all the way to space.
Yeah, people would be
Yeah.
like, what is that in the air? Is that a UFO?
No, it's president's head.
A balloon head, president head in the sky.
Yeah.
But
And
Is
I
that
want-
SpaceX? No, it's balloon head. President up with the head in the air.
Well,
Very
wait.
relevant.
Let's wait to see it land to see if it is SpaceX or not. Because if it
Yeah.
blows up, it's probably SpaceX.
Yeah. Or, if it lands the way that it came, that
Yeah.
it shot up in the air,
If-
then
If it looks like a penis retreating from the sky,
a penis retreating.
From the sky.
yeah, from
What's
the sky,
the
the
sky.
what's the problem?
it's kind of scared of the big black hole up there.
Mhm.
Okay. What were
So
we talking
it's-
about?
And here's a question: anyone else seen a big white penis flying around lately?
So I knew that what you were going to say was going to make me uncomfortable. I had no idea that's what it was going to be.
This big white penis is flying to the sky and it's coming back down to Earth. Like, what's happening here?
And we're
I
just
like to
supposed ignore
imagine.
it?
I like to imagine we do have female listeners, and they
Not for-
were like, I'm not going to listen. They came back for this episode, and they're like, nah.
What a mistake!
They
I
keep
know.
trying.
Yeah.
My
And to speak of female listeners, we are trying to get more female listeners. So in that vein, we've invited guests back to the show, and our first guest is, this should be like a tradition. She should just come back to the show every time we have a new season. That way she's on the first episode. There's nothing to catch up on, right? It's just, these are the contestants,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Annie Berry's back on the show.
Hey.
Welcome. Yeah, you're allowed to laugh out loud now.
I've had to stifle my laughter. All of what you just described with Joe Biden, that you refer to him
Balloon
as
head.
balloon head, is crazy.
Balloon
Yeah.
head. Someone I know, someone who's related to me by marriage, called him balloon head. And I don't know why. I have no idea. Other than the fact that his head's tied together by his tie on his neck, and if he moves the tie, his head flies in the sky, and you think it's a UFO, but it's actually the president.
That's what makes sense. I don't think it has anything to do with like he's like full
And-
of hot air or anything like that.
Oh,
Right.
that seems too. No,
Too
that's
on
not
the nose.
likely. Yeah,
No way.
Yeah.
Brian, you said something there.
I said
Someone
lots of
who's
things really quickly.
Someone who's related to you through marriage.
Uh-huh.
We're all married here, and
Mhm.
so what you're saying is my wife is not related to me.
It wasn't my wife who's. You think my wife called Joe Biden balloon head? My liberal
That
ass
sounds
wife.
like something Carrie would
My
say.
liberal cuck of a wife
Can't,
called Joe Biden.
So that's what,
She's gonna come upstairs
7
and punch me in
minutes,
the head.
40
Yeah,
seconds that you'll need to cut.
Yeah, 7 minutes, 47.
She already told me she stopped listening because I've been saying terrible things lately. And I was like, and I said, what? And she's like, I didn't write them down.
I also got some notes in the past few episodes.
Is it me?
I think we're all, you know,
Yeah,
Okay.
we
I
could
got
all do
some
better, I
notes.
think.
You're
I
all
got some
guilty.
notes.
Well, we got a
Um,
woman here now, so we're better now.
I
Yeah,
feel like
we're
I'll
fine.
balance you all out with
Please.
my
Yes.
feminine perspective.
Yes,
Yep.
that's why we wanted you here to have a feminine
Oh,
perspective.
I'm
We don't have
honored.
it. You
Yeah.
have it.
I don't know what women want or need or
Mm-mm.
I don't know how to please a lady.
828.
Yeah, and well,
What? What was wrong
that,
about
that
that?
doesn't have to be sexual. It just
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
that's on me. All
Yeah,
right,
I mean-
834.
How is that sexual? That could have been like I had a lady asked me to like help get an objective filled, and I was like, I don't know how to please this lady.
Yeah.
I'm
or
not
like find
talented.
a library book.
Find
that
a
she's
library
looking
book.
for.
Still an
Yes.
objective, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
well,
like-
some people say the library book might not even exist in the first place, and that it's actually a myth. So a lot of times guys can't find it, but it's because it's not there because it's not
because
real.
most women use book of the month now. So they just order one book a month and it's delivered right to the doorstep. They don't have to
Yeah.
go to the library. To
yeah.
get
why
the
would they
book.
need it?
library
makes
books
men
have
feel
gotten
obsolete.
smaller over the years too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more pocket, like keep in your pocket.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of all the
audiobooks-
bad things that we've said in past episodes. I think Brian did say something about librarians a couple of episodes ago.
No, I did I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, guys, everything that I say is said with good intentions.
I believe that.
Yeah. Annie, how you been? How's it been going since we've talked to you? Any big things happening? You know, dish. Let's dish, girl.
Yeah,
Let's dish,
yeah.
girl.
Let's do it, girl. What's been going on? I just did a fundraiser for my theater that I run. Bandit
Okay, Brian,
Theater
play
in
the
Seattle.
fundraiser music right here.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me what to do.
Go ahead, Annie.
Okay, so I threw a prom for 4 years of Bandit. Can you believe that I
exciting.
moved out of DC 4 years ago?
No, I thought it was 3.5 tops,
Yeah.
but I guess when
April
I'm thinking
was
about
4
the 2 years in the pandemic, then yeah, it does
Yeah.
feel like you've only
Those
just
times,
left.
yeah, those times don't count. That
Yeah.
time it's a blip.
So you've
Yeah.
only actually been there for 2 years.
Well, but technically I never closed the theater. I ran it online for 2 years. So we did do 4 years of Bandit, which is why we did the prom, because it was like a high school graduation.
4 years,
Yeah,
senior
4 years.
I like that.
Yes.
Unless you're a really cool junior.
Or a really cool freshman who gets asked to the prom.
Wow, then you're
Okay.
a really cool freshman.
Fucking
Yeah.
rolling
Any
deep.
freshmen in this house on
Not-
this pod go to prom?
Not
when they were
me.
freshmen?
No,
Not me.
no.
I did not.
Sophomores?
I did take a sophomore to my junior prom.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Hell yeah.
okay. Yeah, that seems
Hell yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone have their girlfriend who was out of high school come to their prom?
I did the opposite.
See, yeah,
Um,
same.
Wait, really? You
Wait,
went
what?
to a prom?
You
when
went
were
to a
in
prom with
college?
someone when you were in college?
Yes.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, we were a
Dangerous.
year apart.
It's okay because I married her, so it's fine.
Oh,
So,
okay. I'll
this is-
allow it. But Reeves, mm-mm.
Yeah, Reeves, did you marry her?
11:30.
That's
so,
crazy.
Okay,
But you
so I'm
stayed in a relationship. I just have questions. So were you long distance and then you like traveled back for the prom, or were you local in college and it was just like, oh, it's normal that you're hanging out at the high school, you're an 18-year-old just like mixing
Well,
it up
I
with
was
these
I was
teens?
barred from the high school for for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I wasn't like hanging out there because every time I went there, the cop would say, "You gotta go back home."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you went in disguise to the prom.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Good.
Glasses, haircut, mustache,
Suit.
suit, big red nose,
Mhm.
What was that
Big
saying you
feet,
kept saying,
big
Reeves? You kept
shoes.
saying,
small tie, water sprayer, very long handkerchief.
Pulled up in the smallest car you can imagine.
Oh yeah, a
A
lot
people
of my
with a stretch
friends were in
limo.
there.
Yeah, a lot of people with a stretch limo. He did the smallest car you could think of.
Reeves, what was that saying you used to say when you were at the high school? You're like, that's what I love about high school. You said something, but the jokes stay the same age or something like that. What was it?
It's the jokes stay younger,
Hmm.
but I still stay funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Oh, that
Yeah,
makes
and then
sense.
I would honk my nose. It does, right?
That's
Mhm.
what-
This all
that's what it was.
tracks. This isn't
Yeah.
just gibberish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's what happened for your high school. Brian went to prom with his wife, basically.
Yeah. One of the proms that I went to.
Yeah, the
I
other
went to
one.
two.
What happened at the other one?
The other 5.
I went to, it was either 4 or 5. I don't remember.
He was prom king. He was
One of
prom king.
them. One of them. I was a junior, and juniors got to go to prom. It's like a small school, and a senior was gonna ask me, but I didn't. It got back to her that I didn't want to go with her.
Damn,
Oh, burn.
Damn.
And it did. I think she hated it. She was like, I think she really hated me. I think I can't remember the exact story. I had said something like some kind of like stupid word. I would say like, it'd be really cool if I did this, and the word got back to me. She was like, Brian's to be really cool. I don't know. It seems it's, you know what? I feel crazy. I don't remember any of it.
Do you
you know,
remember
high
the
school
people?
best times of your lives. Yeah, I
Okay,
remember the
that's good.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Walk
you
us
know,
through winning prom king.
and then I didn't win prom king. I won football king, actually. No, I won
Oh,
home.
wow.
Football king. That sounds
Sorry.
fake.
It
I
does
won
sound fake because
I won homecoming king. I won homecoming king.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
Oh,
didn't
okay.
win football king.
But there
we
was
know
a
that.
football king.
It's like
Old
the
listeners will know if you go back and listen. There's no way this guy won football king.
My picture as homecoming king, I'm in football gear.
homecoming
No, the
king.
one time.
That's like the
and
SAG award of
yeah.
Yes.
kings.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it
was-
is voted on by my peers.
Yeah,
His-
I was nominated for homecoming queen, but not prom queen. So
Wow.
and I didn't win homecoming queen.
Did you
I
throw a
think-
fit? You
Yeah.
throw a fit?
Yeah.
You burn school down?
I had a huge zit, and so my telekinesis burned the school down because of my
Mhm.
it
Yes. Bucket of blood.
sparked. Yeah,
Yes.
bucket of
Mhm.
blood.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was a good look.
No wire
Um,
hangers.
Yeah, no wire hangers. Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
Carrie?
Nope, that's Mommy Dearest.
Oh, okay. When I said it, I was like, I don't know what it was about.
But
I
I,
do-
mean,
the-
another crazy woman movie. So you know,
One of the
it's
proms
in
that
the
I
genre.
one of the
I
proms
won't
that I
be
went
saying
to, I left in the middle of it and to go like party with my friends, and when I got back, it was like, hey, the person that you brought is really upset that you
Aw.
left in the middle of prom, and I was like, oh yeah, that was actually a really mean thing that I did.
Did you
Yeah.
apologize? What was that apology
Did you
like?
apologize to Carrie?
It was not Carrie. I think I did apologize.
What'd you say?
I don't think that it mattered.
Probably not.
It probably.
I was just
didn't
like,
matter.
I was just
Yeah.
like, be cool.
Oh my god, that's so.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's I don't remember what I said because we got back for after prom, and it was like a whirlwind because we're all playing games and we're all
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff.
Speaking of crazy stuff, anyone get lucky at prom?
No,
No.
Not at all.
no.
All right. No
I
lotto
really liked
winners
my
here.
prom date, and he did not like me. He was.
Oh,
I was
no.
looking at some of the photos because I dug some up at my parents' house, and I look so awkward next to him. Like
Why?
I'm like not touching him, and I'm just like really stiff, and his arm is like awkwardly around me, and I just like, oh, it's so embarrassing. Oh.
Do you know where he is now?
I saw
I
him at a
don't.
wedding When I was still living in DC, I went to a wedding in Raleigh. My friend Nolan from high school got married, and we saw each other at the wedding. And I had a date, and he didn't.
Okay, in your face. In your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
done.
I don't know.
I'm crushing
I think
it.
he's still in the Bay Area.
And now you have a theater, so
Yeah.
what does he have? A theater? Probably not.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
guess
he's
he
still-
doesn't.
Yeah.
We were in Bye Bye Birdie together. He was Hugo, and I was Susie. And I asked him. He was a sophomore. I was a junior. And another junior, Leah Goldman, asked him to prom, and he said yes. And then I asked him, and then he told Leah no, and then went with me. So, so I thought he liked me, but he didn't like me.
I would think so too. That would make
Yeah.
me think that he liked you.
Poor
Yeah.
Leah. What happened to
Yeah.
her?
What's her story?
Where's she at now?
No idea. No,
Probably
I
probably
haven't even
didn't
looked her up
survive
on
it.
social media. I haven't thought about Leah Goldman and. Woo.
And why would you have to? She's not as good as you.
She didn't win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who thinks about
She-
second place?
She
Not me. Who didn't win the Super Bowl last year?
Can't tell you.
I have no
couldn't
idea.
even tell you who won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, what does that tell?
Who was it?
The
Patriots.
Rams.
The Rams,
Oh.
Los Angeles
The
Rams.
Rams.
The Rams and the Bengals.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of prom talk for what kind of food y'all. Wait,
It
where did y'all go to
is.
eat before
Yeah.
the prom?
Yeah, there you go. I went and had
serve-
Italian in
There's a food-
Tyson's Corner,
Oh,
some
that's
Italian
good.
restaurant.
That's
I remember
They
walking
served-
in, seeing
They served
so-
dinner at our prom, so
What?
we just
What?
ate at the hotel that the prom was at, and then
What kind of food did they serve at your prom? So like it was like a wedding, or was it like
yeah, it was kind of like a wedding. Like it was like a sit down dinner.
Wow.
I think it was like steak and
Oh,
like
that's
mashed
nice.
potatoes. It was like
Who-
very nice. Tickets were expensive. It was like $150 for a ticket.
For the food, probably.
Yeah.
the whole thing?
Yeah.
So
it was at
what- you guys
Fairmont
get
in
dessert,
San
too?
Francisco. It was very, very fancy. Yeah.
Was
they
there
had
cake?
dessert.
This was a wedding.
What was the yeah? Was the high
The-
school wedding?
The theme was "Make It Last Forever."
Mm.
Isn't that the
So-
song? Make
Yes,
it
they
last
played that
forever,
song. Yes.
forever,
That's very sweet.
forever.
Reeves, what's your story with food at a prom? It's hard. It is a long time ago.
I can't remember. It might have been that we ate there too.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
feels familiar to me. That like maybe we did like there was like chicken or something. Like we maybe had a choice between like chicken or steak or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a restaurant before I went out, and it is food.
Mhm.
My prom didn't serve food at the prom, but I was eating up compliments left and right.
Okay. Because you were
People-
looking so nice.
Some ladies kept coming up to me like, "Hi, Jamal," and boy, did my date at the time not appreciate that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Jealousy.
Jealousy.
Yeah, jealous. Did you ditch
Yeah.
her like Brian?
No,
Yeah, did you ditch her like
she
Brian?
wanted to get revenge on all them by going home and. So what's the next?
She ditched you?
So you were the one,
Wow.
Jamal. You're the one who got lucky on prom night.
Oh, is that what I was talking about? Yeah,
Seems like it.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, did you ask your question but then not answer the question?
You did
yeah. I
not
asked the
answer
question because I didn't want to, showboat. If no one
That's
else.
why you asked it, because you didn't want to answer it. You didn't want to get a chance to answer it.
Annie, we're happy you're here. We are going to talk about some Top Chef stuff and food stuff, but we have to get down to some business. Report cards from last season. Season
Yep.
5. Report
Yep.
cards are in, Brian. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, they're in hot off the presses. Tom reached out to me in a very peculiar way, believe it or not. You know?
That's interesting. He usually
Yeah.
Well, how did he do it?
Well, okay, so here's, you guys know I've been taking scuba lessons,
Mhm.
trying to get certified.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
your instructor, Steve.
Yep. Steve Cassettos, Greek guy, real nice.
Yeah.
Um,
And you're
Perfect
learning
setup
in
to
that
say
pond,
Scuba Steve,
right?
but he didn't. All right.
yeah, I'm learning
really-
in that pond.
You really waffled on that scuba Steve.
No, I got it. I
I
intentionally
know.
went the other way
I
Setup.
know.
Didn't want to use it.
because I loved it so much. Yeah, but that, I guess I should. Yeah, I guess me saying Steve is just as bad as Jamal saying no. I didn't say Steve. You did. Never mind. Cut all this shit. So I'm getting scuba certified, and it stands for subnautical. Who knows? and breathing apparatus.
Yes.
And I'm strapped to the oxygen tank, and I'm in this puddle. And the puddle, they call it a puddle, but it's like the ocean.
Okay.
Well, it's the biggest
It's
puddle.
sort of, yeah.
That makes me
so,
feel better because I was worried. Like when you were describing it, you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna go jump in the puddle and work on my scuba." I was imagining you just putting your face down in a puddle, like waiting for it to rain real hard,
yeah.
and then
yeah.
going into like one of those potholes out front of your house, just sticking your face in there.
Yeah. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Full thing, mask on. Got the
Is it color coordinated?
oxygen tank. What's that?
Is your equipment and flippers and stuff color coordinated, or is it like a mosh posh?
No, it's color coordinated because my time and my clothes gotta coordinate. And at this time,
Okay.
I was learning to scuba, so they matched. So I'm in this puddle, and as luck would have it, I came up too fast.
Oh no!
Got
The Benz.
Got the
Radiohead.
Benz.
You came up
Got
too
the
fast and you
Benz.
saw a Mercedes vehicle.
Yep, got the Benz, pulled up, almost hit me in the face. And out pops Tom Colicchio with his Mercedes Benz.
Mm.
And he was like, Brian? Brian, is that you? And let me tell you, I got the Benz real bad. So I'm looking at this person, which is, from what I can see, looks like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yes, this is Brian. Who may I ask am I speaking with? And he said, it's me.
Oh god! All right, you guys keep going. I gotta take a break.
Okay. I get in the car. We drive. We go to Outback Steakhouse. Sit down. Order the 16 ounce. He gets the 12. He said he's watching his cholesterol.
Get to the report card.
Okay, well, I get through my steak through most of it, and when I get through half of it, I hit a piece of paper. And I was like, oh, I gotta send this back. There's a paper in my steak. So I call the waiter over.
Yeah.
And I was like, sir, there's a paper in my steak. And he was super apologetic.
How'd the waiter sound?
The ocean just
Scared
how
me.
did he sounded tired.
Yeah.
And it
I
could
get
be
it.
because I asked for a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have really specifics when I like to have my steak. I like to have it cooked a little bit, brought to me, sent back, a little more, brought to me, sent back, a little more, brought to me, sent back. And the whole time I'm berating the waiter. The whole time. That's how I do it. That's how I eat my steaks.
That's the only way to
really
air out your
talking
steak.
down to this dude. Just really let him have it.
I mean, it's
You know.
really tough by the time you finally eat your steak.
Yeah,
you can
it's-
barely cut through it.
Yeah. What do you? It's like a shoe when he brings it back, and I'm like, kid, you nailed it. And I toss him a shiny nickel. And so he takes the steak back, and he comes back, and he's like, hey, the chef didn't put this in there. I did spit in it a few times, but it's not him.
Mm.
And he shows the piece of paper, and it says report card.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Tom, and he's got this sly smile on his
Yeah.
face.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
You know
I've
the
seen it.
one.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. We've all
Yeah.
seen it.
It's mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, have you seen the trailer for the new movie Smile?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like that. That's
Okay.
scary Smile. This
So-
is nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
nice.
Yeah.
It is a
Not
nice
that.
smile.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, report card season. Let's do it. And he's like, yeah, read this to your friends. And then he left and made me pay for the whole meal,
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like
That's-
it.
which was
sounds
free
like
because I
Tom.
complained a lot. So I didn't have to pay for it.
Smart.
So, should I read it to you guys?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, try and do it in 3 minutes.
No, it's actually, it's okay.
He's opening an Archie comic.
I have it inside of the Archie comic. I stopped by the comic book store on the way home.
Oh, cool.
Gotta get the new Archie. Okay.
Annie, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be
appreciate it.
here. And also, I have to say, Brian, what you described sounded like Kitchen Nightmares, which is my other favorite cooking show. With
Oh,
Gordon
okay.
Ramsay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've been watching that. I know
They
it's
got
not
paper and a
affiliated-
steak.
Just the people being nightmares inside of the restaurant, yelling at the waiter, sending things back. It
Do
felt like
you think I was being a nightmare?
yes.
I just have a particular way I like to have my steak. I'm going out to eat. I should be treated as I want to be treated.
You never know you're a nightmare when you're a nightmare. And
It's
Brian,
true.
you are a nightmare.
You're a nightmare, Brian.
No one who's a nightmare knows they're a nightmare. That's how you know.
We've lost 2 minutes now. He hasn't
Okay. Well, okay.
It's gonna be a speed throw.
Look. It just said at the top. It just says pass fail.
Oh.
Oh.
It says season 7.
It was season 5.
That's the wrong season.
Is it season 5 of
that's
Top Chef or season 7 of us?
He's not grading Top Chef.
Oh, that's right.
That's
You're
true.
a good point.
So it's our season 7.
our
Yes. This
season
is our
7,
season
yes.
8 right now.
If he was grading season 5 of Top Chef, he'd say pass.
Oh, yeah.
Pass fail. Jamal, pass.
Good job, Jamal. Seems fair.
Thank you.
He
Yeah,
hosted
seems
every
fair.
episode.
You want to get my people in there, boost your numbers.
Yeah.
You mean people who are dressed fancy?
Yeah, I'm dressed for the prom.
Mm-hmm.
He's dressed for the job that he wants.
Mhm.
Prom.
Prom king.
Prom king.
Prom king.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Brian. It doesn't say anything.
Oh no, it's just blank.
Yeah, it's blank.
Might as well just move on to Reeves then.
Okay. Well, Reed's got it incomplete.
That seems fair because I wasn't there for most of the season. Or
So that's
any
the
of the
report
season,
card.
really.
That's the report card.
The very
Yeah,
end.
actually, no, wait. It says see the back for Reeves.
Oh.
Reeves, it says you have to repeat season 7 because you didn't do it.
Oh.
You're not
That
going to like
seems-
it.
I know. I don't want to do that. Now, does that I have to repeat doing the episodes of the podcast, not watching? I guess
Yeah.
part of it is watching the season of Top Chef. but I
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
the podcast.
Whatever
Yeah.
that means to you, do it.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
put
what
that
it
on
means
the
to me.
Patreon. It'll just be Reeves redoing his classes for the podcast.
That's actually
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
By
You can
myself.
pay $5.99 a month for that.
I'd
Yeah.
go for that.
All right. So is that it for the this?
Yeah, that's all it says on here.
All right.
Wow.
All right,
It
that
is
was-
soaking wet because it was in
Yeah.
a steak.
Yeah,
Yes,
obviously.
that makes sense.
All right, so that was our report card. I passed. Brian didn't get anything, and Reeves has to repeat the grade. So was that worth it? I don't know.
No.
So let's move on to Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present it as if we're presented to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner, and I will go first. Chefs I Prepared for You. Chicken fajitas with spicy rice, black beans, and pico de gallo.
Wow. And you made it for
Oh, I'm
yourself?
sorry. Chefs I procured for you.
Okay.
This
you
boy
tried
was
to
what I
you tried to
This
lie.
boy is
Wait, so you
this
didn't
boy,
make it?
Impressed.
This boy was out on the town.
He was
having
Oh,
a little fajita dinner.
Mm.
That sounds nice.
Okay, spicy
Sizzling.
sizzling plate.
Oh, the sizzling! You heard it coming out of the kitchen. I was
Where
like,
did you go?
I went to a place called Chevy's.
Like the car? Like the actor?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the chain restaurant, Chevy's.
Yeah, Chevy's.
They have the best chips and salsa. In my opinion.
Actually, I'm not even a chip and salsa guy. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
You're not a chips and salsa guy?
You know that I notoriously Big don't like salsa.
Because it's raw vegetables.
Do you
Sure.
not like tomato? Are you not a tomato
No,
guy?
I'm not a huge fan of tomato.
Oh, okay.
These nightshades,
Yeah,
Mm.
Tom Brady.
Tom
I think
Brady.
my favorite food might be chips and salsa.
Okay.
Like I eat it all the
Now
time.
here's my question: is chips and salsa a meal or is it a snack?
Can be.
It's an appetizer.
It's an
Okay, some
appetizer.
people would say it's a meal.
How spicy you go with this salsa? You going
Yeah.
mild or you going hot? Mild.
I'm mild.
Mild.
Yeah, I get it.
You're not getting
Yeah.
crazy.
Can you
huh?
believe someone just said their favorite food is chips and salsa and their salsa preference is mild?
Oh, why is that bad?
Annie,
What's wrong with
I,
that?
I
I'm
want you to know
right.
that I support you in having a mild chip and salsa preference. I
I
support
love a
that.
mild time. I'm a mild mannered woman.
Yeah. I support that. Some people on the podcast don't.
All right.
It's just like if you're like my favorite food is fried chicken and like McNuggets is what you're
And
eating.
After I started speaking, he brought up fried chicken. What does that mean?
Chefs,
That
I
I-
prepared for you.
It means I wasn't listening to you and I was waiting to talk.
Chefs, I prepared for you.
All right, no one asked me any questions about my meal. Go ahead, Reeves.
I want to before Reeves. I'm curious. Did you plan to go to Chevy's, or was that just like you were out? Chevy's
It was
there?
a post work outing, and
With coworkers?
I said, "Sure, I'll go."
With coworkers?
Yep, I was out in the town.
Anyone
I
get wasted?
also used to eat at Chevy's.
I did
with
not get
coworkers.
wasted. I did have a margarita, a house
flavor?
margarita.
What flavor?
I don't know margarita flavors, man.
Green?
Lemon,
It was green. So
Green, yeah.
Original.
So it said
Lemon.
house margarita. So I don't know.
Liquid or frozen?
Liquid.
I go frozen margarita because I'm fancy and I love a frozen margarita.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
You do salt on
No
the rim?
salt. No
Jamal?
salt.
No.
salt.
Sugar on the rim?
That makes sense to me.
No sugar.
Yeah, I don't do salt or sugar on the rim.
All right, Reeves, you're up.
Reeves?
Chef, I prepare for you Moroccan spiced chicken meatballs.
Okay.
Except for I didn't do
Okay.
chicken. I did ground beef.
What?
Okay.
Then why'd you say chicken?
Because I'm
Moroccan.
reading,
So Moroccan
I'm reading
spice,
the title from the recipe.
Moroccan
it's the
spice
only way I can remember
chicken
it.
with meatballs. That's not chicken, but meat.
Yes, but it's
Okay.
actual meatballs. You could probably just
Yeah.
get rid of the chicken part. Moroccan spiced meatballs.
Yeah,
That
Moroccan
works.
spice
That is-
meatballs.
Yeah.
Scans better. Yeah.
It
Were they
reads
with
better.
anything or you just eating
I
meatballs?
put them on some couscous.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Little balls.
Yep, little balls in the couscous. And then I
You're
made
eating-
a nice Greek. I guess it's like a Greek sauce that went along with it. Kind of Greek yogurt base, a little bit of lemon, salt, pepper,
Ooh.
garlic. Whip that bad boy up.
Simple Greek yogurt sauce.
Like almost like a tzatziki.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right.
Me? And then the guest?
Brian, what'd you buy?
Nope. Chefs, last night I prepared for you veggie burgers on the grill with end of the season summer corn on the grill, baby, on the cob.
Ooh.
End of the season. End of the seasons. You know what that means?
On
It's like
sale.
candy. Nope. It was still $1 a year at the farmer's market. It's like candy. Eating that corn was
Sweet.
like candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
kind
know,
of
I tried to
candy?
take that little kid's note and put butter on it.
Mm.
Didn't need it. Didn't know what the kid's talking about. Didn't need it.
I'm glad that he's the one that you found out about putting butter on corn. Prior to that, just dry corn on the
Just
cob.
dry
That's what you-
corn.
It's not. Look, y'all. You guys don't. I think
Y'all.
I've ever cooked the way that I cook corn on the cob. It don't get dry. You know how I do it? I wrap it in tin foil on the grill.
Did I have corn at your place
Okay.
when I came
Yeah.
up there?
Yes, you did. You
Yeah.
did.
I put a hell of butter on it. It was dry. as
Don't
fuck.
need it. End of the summer season corn.
Mm.
I put butter on it when I was there.
Don't need to.
I don't know.
Candy. It's like candy corn.
Candy corn.
All right.
Mm.
Do you put any
Waxy.
spices on it?
Corn don't need it.
Okay.
I mean,
He's
salt.
gonna do a whole thing. He's gonna do a whole thing.
God made it the way that He
He's
made
gonna
it
do
for
a
me to
whole
ingest
thing now.
it. I don't change anything. If God made it that way and it's edible that way, that's how I eat it.
You live in a house. God didn't make your house.
Prove
I
it.
can't
Not
believe you
according to
said that,
Brian.
Annie.
Prove
I
it.
can't believe you said that, Annie.
Okay. He's gonna get
Prove
on
it.
the soapbox
He's
about
gonna-
it.
If
Go-
tell me this, Annie. If God did make my house, how come I just had to pay someone $10,000 to install a French drain in the basement that already had a French drain because the person did it before didn't do it the right way?
Not this argument again.
I don't know what
That's right.
that is.
hmm Faith based.
Yeah.
You just gotta
He's-
believe.
He's gonna go get his deed of sale and waft it in front of us again. Like,
Okay.
who does it say it's owned by previously? It says God, right? Okay. Annie,
Chefs,
you want to?
last night I had improv class, so I did not
Mm.
prepare my dinner, but I came
Mm.
home at
Mm-hmm.
10 p.m. to a barbecued portobello mushroom with
Mm.
barbecue sauce made from scratch by my grandma.
Wow.
And then I took a gluten-free hamburger bun and I toasted it, and then I put mayonnaise, the mushroom, red onion, and jalapenos on it and ate it. And it was
That sounds very tasty.
it was tasty.
Sounds good. What's the makeup of that barbecue sauce? Is it sweet sauce?
Yeah, it's kind of sweet. It's usually ketchup, liquid smoke, vinegar, brown sugar.
Yeah.
I'm
Little
trying to
mustard?
think. Mustard,
Mm.
Little onion
garlic,
flakes
onion,
or fresh onion, garlic.
like powdered. Usually just like
Yeah.
onion powder.
Mhm.
And
Tomato paste or sauce, a little tiny
I
can.
think it's just ketchup.
Just ketchup. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Where are you
But
getting
I-
those big portobellos?
I just get them at Trader Joe's.
Man.
Trader Joe's. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and have me one of those.
He did ribs this weekend as a test run for his big rib party that he's having.
Cooked ribs?
Okay.
Oh no.
Ribs? You say Reeves?
Jamal is developing a very similar problem that Tom had with me, where it's like the name he can't seem to remember. It's just like anything adjacent to my real name he thinks is my name.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will say that nothing is more horrifying to me than looking at something that's very obviously from an animal, like a rack of ribs. Like you cannot disassociate from the fact that that is like a body part.
Yeah.
You know?
This episode has been hard.
Yeah. And he touts that in front of you. You come home, that's also there. Here's your portobello mushroom, and here's a giant what was inside the side of a cow.
He ate most of it before I got home.
Most of it.
Yeah. There were 2 ribs.
What a
still on the
carnivore.
stove. Yeah.
I guess it's pork. Usually when you do ribs at home, it's pork, right?
I think they were pork.
Cow ribs are
Smaller.
gigantic.
Yeah, they're smaller.
Yeah, Flintstone size.
Yeah, tip your car over.
Yes. That's why you can't get them. Yeah. Too heavy.
That's what he's doing. He's doing a big rib party. Yeah. A car get tipped over.
Annie, help me get these ribs in the house.
Yeah,
the ribbery.
Annie, stop this crazy thing.
Calls it a ribbery.
The ribbery.
Frank Ribbery. Yeah.
All right.
It's a little soccer joke for our soccer listeners out there.
All right, we have to get to a break. We're going too long.
Wait, is there anything else we have to do before we do the break?
Yes, we have to vote on who we think wins.
Oh, that's right.
I'm out of the running.
But we'll do it next time.
What is the question?
Let's preview for next episode. This is a really good question, I think. Because never mind. I'll take too much time. There's a lot of I'd have to like set it up.
Okay. Well, that's a nice teaser for next week for the 0 people.
I'm gonna forget it.
He'll forget it.
There's no way I remember it.
He'll forget. There's no way he'll remember it.
No.
All right. So
not.
let's do the voting on who won. Chefs, I prepared for you. I'm out of the running because I didn't cook. So
yep.
I vote Annie. That sounded good.
Annie, you're allowed to vote for yourself.
Yeah.
Annie, you're allowed to vote for yourself.
I'll vote for me.
All right, Brian, you fucking lost.
I was going to vote for myself, but I guess I lose.
Oh, well. This is Sin City Vices. We'll be right back after this.
Not even trying.
Not even trying anymore.
Pod Chef. And we're back, Pod Chef. Episode 103, Top Chef, Season 6, Episode 1. We're on to a new season. Season 6, Las Vegas, baby. Yeah, Sin City.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay.
Love that.
So we're here, Season 6. We're done. Let's talk about some of the names that are in this season. Ready?
Yes.
Hit us with it. See if this rings a bell.
Almost an all-star season.
Mike Isabella? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I've heard
of that.
Pervert.
I heard of him.
Kevin Giuseppe?
Yeah.
I heard of him.
Sort of. I sort of heard of that guy. I've heard a guy named Kevin Gillespie. Is that similar?
Have you heard of Hector and Brian Voltaggio? I mean, Brian and Michael Voltaggio?
Hector Voltaggio,
no. What a reveal that would be. Hector.
He's actually the third Voltaggio.
Yeah. Michael and Brian. And they find out that they had a very similar upbringing.
Who look identical. And then also here's Hector, who's a 7 foot tall Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah. That's nice for him.
Let's see here. Ron Duprat. Huh?
Nope.
I like Ron though. He's fun. He did a fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's for everyone
you got
listening.
Jen.
Ron was
Jen's
the black
also
guy.
in it?
Jen G, thick Philadelphia accent.
Okay, thank God you finished with saying that instead of what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say something.
Why would I say that? I'm not a monster. Annie,
little bit of a monster.
The three of us have seen this season. You have not, because you don't watch Top Chef. Looking at this array, which we've told you there are a lot of heavy handers here. Who do you think is the best cook? Just based on what you've seen so far.
Oh, I think it's the blonde woman that makes men cry.
Yes,
and
she does go far. She does go far this season.
She's
the
very
one
good.
that the guy was like, "Oh, what? This woman is the same as me. She's a woman." I was like,
he said,
perfect, spot on. People think that she's doing a bit. She's not.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
I think he said, "No offense, but she's a woman."
Yeah.
No offense,
what he said at one point.
She has a vagina.
I can't be losing to her. That's Mike
masculinity.
Isabella, and he does leave the show before she does. So
good.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so you
Also,
think she's gonna do good?
I think she could win. she's very good, and she had a strong start with
Uh-huh.
her ceviche, as she called
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
her
a ceviche.
ceviche.
A
I
nice
love her
ceviche.
ceviche.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll
I
have
love
some
her ceviche.
ceviche.
Well,
Yeah.
she left off her che, you know.
Yeah. She didn't
was
need
like,
it.
I can't say che because he's going to be a famous comedian one day. So I'll
And
just
she
say
knew.
ceviche.
And she knew.
Yeah,
Mhm.
back
Yeah.
then she knew. I think she'd be great on this show if she came on. I
Yeah,
think she'd
she
really
probably
let
would.
us have it.
Yeah.
The three
I
of
think
us.
so too.
She wouldn't hold
I'd
back.
bring my tier cup.
And her and I
Mhm.
could talk about I'm in New Jersey, she's from Philly. You know,
Yeah.
there's that
Yeah,
whole thing.
There's
Yes,
that
yes,
whole
yes.
rivalry.
Mhm.
Ceviche. Love ceviche.
I thought the intros were interesting. Then they got to the Voltaggio brothers, and like they were doing their bit of like, "What's your name? How old? Nice to meet you, sir. Haven't seen you." Can we just admit that these two, I think, are put on the show? Sure, they can cook, but like this is prime TV no brainer. You get brothers
Yeah.
who have a relationship where they don't even live together, haven't spoken in a long time, but they're in the
Mm-mm.
same industry. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get them together in this house. That's
Yeah.
TV.
That
Juicy.
is so dramatic. Michael tells us that his brother Brian is the conservative one.
Mhm.
He's the liberal one. So you got a whole political back and forth too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
they have similarities too. Like they're both very good, well-trained cooks. They both get sunburned very easily. So
Uh-huh.
they have a lot in common. So we're going to see a lot about that throughout the season.
Do they both have tattoos, or is that just Michael Vitaggio?
Michael
It's
has
just
enough for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian has some now, but I don't
Yeah.
think at
Yeah.
the time he did.
Yeah.
Not
How many
visible, at
times-
least.
When he referred to conservative, I thought he was referring to fashion and not.
They go hand in hand.
politics.
They're
They go hand
both
in
the
hand.
same.
Oh,
Fashion,
okay.
politics. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fashion and yeah. If you're,
If
conservative,
you're wearing a turtleneck to cover up your neck, you voted for Trump.
Mhm. And now we've taken a hard stance on that now.
Yeah.
So you think that Elizabeth Holmes voted for Trump?
Oh, probably
Based on
100%.
that, based on what I just
Based
said,
on
yeah.
that, yeah.
I think so.
He's got to
Based on
double
that
down
documentary,
on
definitely.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no to what I just said because then I'd be
Mhm.
lying to myself. Do you guys, how many times do you think Michael beat the shit out of Brian when they were kids?
A lot.
that. Like
Too many
physically,
times.
well, he's the younger
Yeah,
brother, but he
but
does
still.
look a little bit bigger, and
Yeah,
he just
but he looks like
crazy,
he's
too.
stronger.
Yeah.
He's crazier. He's,
the
he's
mountain
wild.
was younger than the hound, and so
Mhm.
And I know what
you
that
know.
means.
you kind of get that same dynamic going.
Yeah, and I mean, do we want to dig into it now that we're talking about the Voltaggios? That Brian is, a robot created by some kind of master chef, and Michael at a very young age was led to believe that this robot was his brother. So, but he doesn't know he's a robot, but everyone else
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
And that will
no one,
slowly come out during the season.
well, no
Yes.
one is allowed to tell Brian is the thing because it's one of those things where like it's what's that thing if you tell a robot a question it can answer it explodes.
Yes,
Mm.
If Brian finds
it's a
out that he is a
catch-22.
robot,
That's what it is.
Yes.
he will explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
If you
Yeah.
ask a robot a circular question, it will.
Circular
That's
question.
right.
That's
Yes.
it.
So if you tell Brian Voltaggio he's a robot, he will explode.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if
What
you
if
tell
you-
Michael, he will go nuts.
Tell Brian. Yeah.
Yes.
What if you have a robot play the game Snake? Will that
On
cause
your
it to
phone?
explode? Yeah.
Well,
A
no.
circular game.
Here's why. Here's why.
What about
so-
Duck Duck Goose?
Well, in Snake, you can you cannot be a circle, right? So if
I
he was,
think we should address
we want
because
to talk
the
about Duck,
problem
Duck,
with
Goose again.
the problem with Duck Duck Goose is if you bop a robot on the top of its head, it is going to spring up.
Yeah,
It's going to shoot up.
Yeah.
shoot
You know
right
what I
up.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like they can't play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And some people think that Tom Colicchio is the master chef that created the Brian Voltaggio robot. No one has been able to prove or disprove it. So it's
Yeah.
out there. It's out there. We asked Tom and he goes, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah.
won't
He's got
tell
that
us.
smile on again.
You know the one. Not from the movie. That's scary. This is a nice smile.
This is a
like
nice
you would
smile.
do in a family picture.
Yeah. Annie, what
He
did you
goes,
think of the quick?
he goes,
fire
I don't know,
challenge?
you tell me.
Yeah. And if the listeners don't know what we're talking about, that means you didn't listen to the first part. That's another selling point for the first part. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to listen to it.
No, not this one especially.
Annie, what did you
did
think
I-
of the quick fire challenge?
I thought the quick fire challenge was stressful for
Yeah.
me just watching them cut up that piece of beef, like,
And rip open lobsters.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I eat seafood, so I feel like I can
okay, fuck them.
disconnect from
Yeah.
the sea creatures, which sounds really terrible, but
You heard it
I
here
don't know.
first,
That
folks.
looks delicious to me, but the beef, it was just like, I don't know, those bodies just being hacked up and just
Yeah.
it was rough.
That's
What
that's
about-
the side of the cow. Like the outside is there.
Yeah.
What
Still
about
got the skin
the
on it.
shucking of the oysters? That lady who cut herself.
Clams.
in the
Oh
middle?
yeah, that woman
Clams, sorry.
bleeding. Oh, that was rough.
They didn't give her gloves. They just
Yeah.
let her keep going.
Yeah,
was
just
insane.
bleed all over it. Brian,
What?
since you are an excellent oyster
Yes.
shucker,
Yes.
Yeah,
we
yes.
did have
Oyster
someone who
shucker.
is on this cooking show ask if there was a difference between clams and oysters. I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming she was asking about like shucking them and not like as a food.
Yeah.
But as a shucker yourself,
Mm.
how is it different?
I've never shucked a clam. The way that I've always
Dude.
prepared clams is that you steam them and they open themselves up.
Right,
Oh,
like a
yeah.
mussel.
Yeah, just like a
Mhm.
Why
mussel.
didn't
You
one of the
never-
chefs just do that then? The competition was just to open the clams, right? Why didn't they
That's
just
right.
like
Probably take longer.
put a pot of water on? No, not the way they were going.
work smarter, not harder, says Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a pot of water on.
They took a long time
Preeti
to shuck.
couldn't do any of that
Yeah.
in that group.
She
That fucking group.
I know. I feel very
Red
bad
team.
for her. She has a
Yeah.
very tough time this season because, there's a lot of things that happened to her that I feel like, from a cooking perspective, it's very unfortunate that she is on the show. I think at this point in her career, I'm sure she's great now, but I think she was very green at the time.
She
Yeah.
starts in there like, wait, you can't open clams? And she was like, no.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. They're like, why didn't you say anything? She was like, I was scared. I didn't want to disappoint you. She's got a spoon trying to break it open.
Yeah, little like
mistake.
plastic spoon just breaking it.
Just
They keep
slightly
breaking.
bent. She's trying to put it back together.
I have no idea how you. Even after I watched this, I don't know how they opened. They didn't show anyone doing it.
Yeah, so the blue
Everyone
team
had
wins.
a rag over their clam. You couldn't see how they opened it.
The blue
Yeah.
team wins the first part of the quick fire, and the blue team is Brian, Jennifer, Jesse, and Martin.
Mateen, love Mateen and his little
Yeah.
Spanish, his little ascot. What a look.
After that, they had to do a second round of the quickfire. This was a 2-round quickfire. In the second round, each member of the winning team was given 30 minutes, not quick, to cook a dish using the ingredients that they worked on with the mise en place. The chef with the winning dish received $15K before taxes, and the receiver of the gold chip from the previous round was also given the opportunity to trade in their immunity for a chance to compete.
She didn't do it. Would you guys do it? Round table. Let's do a circular game. Would you trade in your chip to get a chance
No,
to
I'm
win?
I'm
this?
holding immunity.
You never
Week
trade
one?
in immunity.
Yeah,
Week one, I want to
keep
make
it-
sure I'm not going home. I want to join that Hall of Fame.
Who was it
Yeah.
that questioned it? Was it Mike?
It's Mikey E.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Mikey.
the mean guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just call him
Well,
Izzy.
I mean, but it predicted earlier or later because she couldn't even get her sauce on the plate.
Yeah.
Later on.
That's right. So it worked out for her.
It worked
Yeah.
out for her.
They didn't even talk about her food at all.
There's no reason to. She can't go
But
home.
I want to know if it was like bad or good, or if it was like, oh, if it had the sauce, it would have been better. They didn't even like talk to her at all at
Yeah, they
judges'
didn't
table.
mention it.
Must have
Can we
been
talk about how
pretty
much Tom
forgettable.
wanted to use that whistle?
I
my
know.
goodness.
That was so weird.
This was an
But-
excuse to use that whistle.
Just blowing. But Padma looking so beautiful. Oh,
You
Yeah,
can
well,
say that. We can't say that. We keep
Hector,
getting in trouble.
Hector says she looks better in person than she does on TV.
I believe it. Oh, she's
Better?
freaking 11.
Better than that?
Mm.
Yeah.
And this is before 4K.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we could
Oh,
really
yeah.
see,
it's
get
before
our
we could
eyes on
really
people.
see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hector, who was
Yeah.
motivated to chop up that big dinosaur bone by Mike Isabella, who got in his face and said, "Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?"
Yeah.
Like a
And
fucking
I
whack
remember
job.
watching that and being like, if I was there, I'd be like, Mike, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I would have been.
Get the
That's
fuck
exactly.
away from
I
me.
would have just kind of like done the thing where you kind of get your arm and you kind of just move
Yeah,
them a little
like,
bit.
Mike,
Like, yeah,
back
yeah,
up.
yeah, okay,
I
get
gave
back
you
up.
space to do your thing. Like, give everyone else space
You're
to do theirs.
spitting in my
Jesus.
face right now.
You're like spitting on me.
You smell like
I was
clams.
ready, and now you're rattling me. You're on my team.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get through the second round of the quickfire challenge, and
The ceviche.
The
Ceviche.
ceviche wins. Jennifer wins with the clam ceviche. Then we get to our elimination challenge, which is the chefs battling against the other contestants in their quickfire teams. Was that that's right? Cooked a dish inspired by one of their personal vices. The receiver of the gold ship from the quickfire was able to join the team of their choice. One member from each team was eligible for the win, and another member was put up for elimination. Wolfgang Puck was the guest judge. And Brian, I just said Wolfgang, so you know what to do. Play that funky music. So Wolfgang.
Watch this. Oh no, it's the MIDI version. Oh, that caught me off guard. I thought it was gonna be like the regular Wolfpack song, but it's MIDI.
All right,
Because you used to take so long to download music back in the day. You'd get the MIDI version, and you could like put it on your phone.
Maybe I won't send him the music.
So what did we learn about these chefs' vices? What did we
that
learn?
they are so uninspired and unoriginal.
They're all
And
A lot of them have
alcoholics.
drinking problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have
many
drinking
alcoholics.
problems.
Yes.
Well,
There's-
because they wanted to do cocaine, but they were told that they couldn't do for TV.
Yeah. For
These
TV
are chefs.
purposes.
These are chefs.
When we
Yeah.
do our challenges off air, yes, use all the cocaine you want. But now,
Yes.
no. I think
My
this
vice-
highlights the way you're supposed to do these kinds of challenges, which is you come up with what you want to cook and then you work backwards and find a way
I
to like
hate
justify
that,
it.
though.
There's
I
no way
hate
to do
that.
it. It's what
Yep.
Mikey Volt did, clearly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what someone else
This was
did. Ron
plastic
did.
surgery. He was
Yeah,
like,
plastic
not
surgery's like,
mine.
I didn't really
Yeah.
do it, but that's what I went through. And they were like, this is great. I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Just cook something that's really good. And then they forget about what the challenge was.
Do we want to hear
that
that
was
clip
so
right now?
funny.
You have clips?
Yeah, I have a
Play
clip of
that.
that.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let's play that clip because I want to break down what he thinks plastic surgery is. Let's listen.
So let's start with you, Mike.
I don't know if it's my vice, but I went with a tribute to the plastic surgery here in Las Vegas.
Oh,
With a nice rack of lamb, served with sauce that I made from taking the juice from 2 nice coconuts and some cauliflower gnocchi.
Preeti, Mike.
Why does no one
Okay.
call out that he's doing tits?
Yeah.
That's my question. What is a rack
Yeah.
of lamb?
He knows what
Rack
he's doing.
of lamb and coconut.
He's
is
being
two
cheeky.
breast
He's being-
references.
He's being
Very-
very cheeky.
very
Yeah.
cheeky.
And no one calls him out on it. Maybe if they did, they cut it.
They cut it.
I'm
I'm
su-
sure they cut it.
Well, yeah, because Tom told me that he says, here's what really happened. They had to shoot this one multiple times because he was like, I don't know if it's my vice, but plastic surgery, and he would say 2 rack of lambs, and every judge lost it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my, like a rat.
Yeah. Wolfgang Puck fell out of his chair. Yeah.
Completely. He was calling his friends, and he's like, "You guys will not believe what just happened,"
Wait,
in that
rack of
accent that he
lamb?
has.
For what?
And so they finally, they reset. They get through it again, and then he's like, "The juice from 2 coconuts," and it happened again.
It took forever to
Wolfgang
get
Puck
there.
hit the phone again. He was like, "You won't." It happened again.
He's like, say it again. I'm going to make this my voicemail.
Yeah. It took forever to get
Yeah.
this bit done, but you know what? It paid off.
Might not be mine.
Let's listen to some of the chef's vices as we were talking about how bad they are. Let's listen to specifically the second one
That
because
one group.
this group is the vices you hear here are awful. So let's listen.
Tell us about your vice and your dish, please.
Okay, today my vice is my foul mouth. I started off on top with the olive oil poached halibut to represent a bar of soap that my mom would stick in my mouth when I would get in trouble as a kid.
Eli.
I wanted to get my arrogance in there a little bit, my drinking in there a little bit, and my bitterness and jaded quality. So I did buttered
I'm a real
scotch
piece of shit.
scallops with pulverized cashews and some beer powder.
Thank you.
My vice is my fondness for red wine and bourbon. It's a chicken liver ravioli with a red wine demi-glace. The filling has chicken thighs in there.
My vice is smoking, so I smoke the ribeye with applewood and cedar, and then a ceviche of celery to also bring the whole thing together.
Ceviche. Wait, Jamal, this was the best one because they weren't all alcohol.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the second guy specifically. Like, if you know that about
Eli.
yourself, get
Yeah.
help. Like, if you know
Yeah.
that about yourself, go get help. Those are
I'm
like,
I'm jaded. I'm bitter. I
Yeah.
hate humanity.
Yeah.
I killed someone. Like-
those aren't vices. That's a
I
call.
gaslight people.
Yeah.
I tell when my girlfriend says she's gonna break up with me, I say I'm gonna kill myself.
He's got a lot of problems. And we see him really show his colors even later in this season.
Yeah. Well, he also shows his colors a little bit earlier if you want to listen to this. This is what he was talking about poolside earlier on in the episode.
Have you seen Planet Earth when the walruses are trying to like make it? It's gonna look very similar to that. Everyone was trying to get me to try the water slide. I thought that was the coolest I'd seen in a while.
Listen, just stop talking about it. I want to see some action.
Go down.
The last thing you want to see is Kevin wearing a bathing suit poolside.
Go face first to the wall. Dude, that is how you do it.
Body shaming was in back then, huh?
I mean, Eli can say that because he's fat too.
Oh,
Fat people can say things to other fat people.
Okay.
Really? Should you though? Like
Kevin's feelings.
Stirred up a hornet's nest.
I didn't say if you should, Annie. I said you. I said you can.
Stirring up a hornet's nest.
I said you can. Should you do it? I don't know. Can you do it? Absolutely.
Kevin didn't skip out on MIT to be shamed on national television.
Yeah, that's crazy. That
I did the same thing. Did the same thing.
A whole scholarship to MIT to be a chef is insane.
Me too, but I did Harvard and it was for podcasting is why I left it to go to podcast school. So I get it.
Pretty good for him.
Worked
he did
out
okay
for both of us, really.
Yeah. Look where Reeves is now.
Yeah, James Beard podcasting nominee as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wish there were James Beard for podcasts.
Oh man, we just gotta find a guy named James.
Scuba Steve. If you were listening to the first part, you don't know what I'm doing, but you don't. You don't need to do that.
I thought you were cutting that out.
So
who knows?
Annie, what'd you think of the dishes that were presented in the elimination? I know they were all meat based, so you're not a fan of them, but any of them?
They weren't all meat based.
They were not all meat based, actually.
I said, did I say all of them? I said most of them.
You said all.
I heard most.
We're split evenly.
Thank you.
We need a tiebreaker.
I did.
Annie, ask your partner who walked in a little bit ago that you shushed. If
it was
Jamal
a very
said all or
polite
most.
shush.
Thank you, Reeves.
Yeah.
He's in the potty. When he comes back, I'll ask him.
Okay. Well, now it's all out there. Everyone knows he used the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. He's a human. He's not a robot. I'm not dating a robot.
That's how you know.
But if he was, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Good way to
I
tell.
won't tell him. I won't tell.
No, duck, goose.
I am mostly plant-based, but I do eat seafood occasionally. So like whenever there's seafood in the mix, it looks good. But yeah, the meat. What was crazy to me was it in this one where he fried the steak?
Yeah, he fried the steak.
I couldn't believe that. I mean, I don't even eat meat, but I was like, that's dumb.
He fried it after smoking it. Like,
yeah. That's crazy.
Talk about eating leather.
He said it was like a traditional Puerto Rican thing, right?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar
everything.
with it, so.
Well, Wolf. Go ahead, yeah,
you can say it.
No, you say it. You say it.
Wolf. The Wolf man said that if you're gonna live in America, you have to cook like an American, which is a terrible thing to say. And
It really was. It was terrible.
I can't believe they didn't cut it.
And that
Even
bitch
in
isn't even
2009.
American.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like in German or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a
I
wild
thought
accent.
Wolfgang Puck was American. He is clearly not from that accent. Where is he
Yeah,
from?
and that name is super American too. Wolfgang Puck. He sounds like he's born in Philadelphia.
But they kept saying like Wolfgang Puck is like the face of American cuisine, blah 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 blah. So I thought he was like Tommy Hilfiger or like Ralph
Well, he is the
Lauren.
Tommy Hilfiger because Tommy Hilfiger isn't American either.
Where's he from? Is he
from
British? Italy? With a name like Tommy?
Italian.
His name
Hey,
is Tommy.
Tom.
He's Italian.
Tommy.
I guess with the Y, yeah, that makes sense.
Tommy. Little
Yes.
Tommy.
Yeah, I'm from Rome. You know what I
He was-
mean?
He was born in New York, you fuckers.
Yeah, Italy. Little Italy, New York.
Oh yeah, NoHo.
I can't believe Wolfgang threw a donut.
Oh
across
my
the
god,
room.
he's a
That
madman.
He's a madman.
He's a little. He's a little madman. He can do whatever he wants. He's untouchable.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was very upset. I think Brian, the robot, told us he just kind of went back into his, his memory or RAM or whatever. And he said 3 of the last 5 winners of the first elimination challenge went on to win Top Chef, which is a crazy thing to bring up. It's a crazy thing to know. at that point in time.
Well, he doesn't know it. He's programmed.
Well, he has access to all the knowledge in the universe. He do a quick Google search in his head.
That's right.
2013, maybe doing a Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
That was
2009.
Google.
It's 2009. Yeah, I googled it.
Yeah,
earlier.
it's 2009.
I thought it was 13.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, "There's no way that's true."
I googled it.
So I googled it.
You know what it is? It's 13 years ago.
No, the season premiered in August 19th, 2009.
It's 13 years ago.
We need Brian here to do that math for us.
Yeah. It's almost 13 years ago to the month, almost.
See,
it was last month.
How do we feel? I have a question. This is sort of related. Annie said you don't like when food looks like the food that it is, meat-wise.
Yeah.
Do you eat a whole fish ever?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Have you
Don't
heard
wanna
Brian's
see the
story
face.
about when he did?
Wait, how did it go? I ordered a whole fish one time, and the guy brought it, and he was like, "Hey, here it is. Don't worry, it's been like deboned. You can eat the whole thing." And I forget what I said.
You
but I
said something to Carrie. You said,
said,
they left the guts in.
I said they left the guts in, and it ruined her meal. That she couldn't eat anymore.
Yeah.
What a nice husband.
Is Carrie vegetarian?
She is, yeah. 16, however, probably 100 years now. Who knows?
Does she ever eat like seafood or anything like that? Or
No.
it's all just veggies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just French fries. Pizza.
Just French fries exclusively. Yeah, I mean, I don't like fish as much as I like crustaceans. Like I like shrimp, I like scallops, I like mussels, but shrimp fish I can kind of take or leave. Like like when Matthew makes sushi and he gets raw fish, I don't usually eat it. I usually eat mushroom sushi. That's my
So
favorite.
Annie, you're a fan of Hocus Pocus. Do you cook with Satan?
I do cook with Satan. Satan.
Is that what we're calling? Is that the pronunciation?
The Dark Lord.
Satan.
Yes.
You cook with Satan.
I do. It takes a long time to make. I was surprised how quickly that person made it. Typically, like you have to like knead it like bread and then boil it and then take it out and slice it and then use it. So.
Did she make her own or did she buy it already made? Because I've only ever bought it ever made.
I don't know.
I didn't know you could.
I feel
make
like Top
it
Chef, she
from
should
raw.
have made it from scratch.
You would think so. Yeah.
Maybe for
Should've
time
made it.
she bought it already made.
Bought at Whole Foods.
Oh,
ready to go.
probably.
What is it made out of? It's just like textures
It's wheat
or whatever,
gluten.
right? Yeah, it's one
it's
of
wheat
those
gluten.
things. It's like a TVP where it's like, what are you?
Yeah. So TVP is soy protein that's like isolated and made into like little crumblies, and then it can be reactivated when it's dehydrated and it can be reactivated. But like, yeah, seitan is it's like almost like a bread, but it has more of a meaty texture. And you flavor it usually with like broth and nutritional yeast and different spices to kind of give it that meat essence. Yeah.
Okay, so
But I guess they hated it on this show because that person got kicked off.
Yeah, she
did not like
they
it.
did get rid of the contestant Jen who made seitan. I have a question. You said it's kind of like bread. So does that mean when you cook it and you take a piece of it, you're eating the body of seitan?
If you bless it that way, like much like Jesus, it's called transubstantiation, and so
It's actually pronounced communion.
Well, the process of putting Jesus into the bread is called transubstantiation. So, and then it's communion when you eat it. You're communing with the body.
Got a Catholic here, folks.
Yeah, take me to church.
Recovering.
Ooh, your vice.
That's your
yeah, that's my vice.
What would you cook, seitan?
Explain your dish.
my Catholic dish. Oh man.
You should cook
I'm
Satan's
Irish
spears.
Catholic.
Potatoes.
God, if I was still a meat eater, I guess it would be corned beef and cabbage with red wine.
Wow.
That would be my
poured on top
Catholic.
of it.
yeah,
Just a pool, like a soup.
All right, let's
long
listen to
episode.
Jen get eliminated.
Jen, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
I did not feel like I would go this early. It was bold, and it showed I'm not afraid to try something new and do something different. Peace.
Oh, really?
Being on Top Chef, I put myself out there, and right now it feels like but to even be considered for doing something like this is pretty phenomenal. There's a million people that would love to be in my shoes.
Let me see you back on the East Coast.
Hell yeah, I'm out of here.
Bye, baby.
I think I'm more like disappointed, and I didn't get a chance to show.
All right, so she's going home. She
Yeah.
drags it out a little bit. I mean, you're barely here. You're going home. You don't get a whole thing. Gen Z is gone.
Makes it easier because there's another Gen, so
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about that anymore. Kevin wins,
And we
by
all
the way.
hate Gen Z anyway, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a very literal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we hate Gen Z.
Kevin G won this competition after saying that I should win because I'm cooking something I've made all the time. And he does win. So where are they now? Where is she now?
She's kind of hard to track down, but from what I could pull, she is a cannabis chef.
That makes
Philly,
sense. That
maybe?
tracks.
Yeah. And it sounded like back in March of this year, she was the resident chef at Voltaire for a little bit. I don't know if she's
All
still
right.
there, but that's all I could really pull from her.
Annie,
Some
you
of
were go ahead, Brian.
That's some of the biggest ear gauges I've seen in a long, long time.
Yes.
Ask him the question.
What did you want me to ask?
I forget.
God, this is why you can't host the show. This is why you got to remember some stuff.
This is endearing. People like me because of this.
It's not endearing.
It's
You're
true.
not reading
It's
the
cute.
full
This is cute.
comments that we get. You just
It's
read
cute.
the comment that you like, and then you throw out all the other stuff you don't like.
Brian is for the people. The
Yeah.
people like
Yeah,
Brian because they
Brian is for
relate
the
to him.
people.
Yes.
Yep.
He's the
You
people's
guys
champ.
are elitists. We cooking all the
Yes.
time. We do spicing stuff. We got different pots and pans. And I get a McDonald's. And I go to McDonald's
Pats
at
and
least
pans.
weekly.
Pats and pans.
I am America.
What a bold thing to say.
I'm the good America.
Annie, you were a pleasure to have on the show again.
Congratulations on getting to reaching your goal for the prom thing too. I saw in the pictures that you got your goal.
Congratulations.
And I helped by buying a crew neck.
You did. Have you worn it yet, Brian?
I have not. It's still too warm for me. It's got to be really cold for me to put on anything warm.
How much was the crew neck?
Fitty.
Okay, so I've donated more than that, so I'm still a better friend. I support Annie more than Brian does. I've gotten a hoodie and
You have a
donated
hoodie,
more
yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
I'm a real good friend. I'm a real good host of a podcast. Thank you, Reeves, for being here.
Annie, where can people find your go to your
Shut up,
improv?
Brian. Annie, anything you'd like to plug? Anything you'd like to so people can find you?
Yeah, if you're in Seattle, check out Bandit Theater. We don't have a permanent space, but we're operating out of a bunch of different spaces. So you can look at us up at bandittheater.org or follow our Instagram. All that information should be online. I went to actually a show in LA and I got interviewed by Ben Schwartz. And then I mentioned Bandit Theater and he was like, if you're in Seattle, go check out Bandit Theater. So follow Ben Schwartz's advice. Come check out Bandit Theater. We're pretty sick.
He's Sonic.
We're growing. He is Sonic the
Sonic
Hedgehog.
too.
Smart man.
Yeah.
We've got new shows this year. We've got actually our newest show, Mad Science, is doing really well. We interview actual scientists about their field of expertise, and then we do improv off of it, and it is going really well. So
That's fun.
Nice.
I like it.
it's fun. Yeah. And then we've got Gramworthy, which is a roast of influencers. So we bring in an influencer and we roast them on stage, and then we do improv off of it.
Are they good? Are they good? They good? They think that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
Brian
I mean,
asked because he wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Brian-
stop making fun of me.
yeah, it's tough. Well, I think it's hitting that vein for them of just attention.
Yeah.
Any kind of
Oh,
attention.
yeah.
Because if you see influencers out in the wild, they don't care that people are
No.
making fun of them.
They
as
really
long
don't.
as attention is happening, they're fine
That's
with
true.
it. So
Yeah.
it's going well. So we have a new partnership with a very historic venue in Seattle called the Crocodile, and we've been doing shows there, and yeah, it's been going really well. So
nice.
Check us out, bandittheater.org, or follow me. Annie Berry is scary. It's a joke, so not scary.
She's not scary.
I promise, I'm not scary.
Yeah.
All the scary stuff is on my other account. Okay. If you want that, reach out to me.
Indie felt that was funny, folks. Remember, it's Bandit Theater. That's the kind of humor you're going to get at Bandit Theater. Fake Twitter name. No, I destroyed your theater last time you were on the show, I think so.
You did do that. That was very mean.
You destroyed my theater
but
last
no,
time?
He tried
to step on it.
But you know what? It beat me because you kept going on through the pandemic 4 years. What a congratulations. I'm trying to be sincere, but it's coming out like I'm not being.
And
but
you're as sincere as you get, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't like sincerity. I like when people do a fart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for doing a voicemail for us, and a very nice voicemail to celebrate 100th episode.
Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, you're so welcome. I'm happy that you all did 100 episodes. Here's to 100 more. And
right?
Is this 101?
This is 103.
103. Oh.
Yeah,
well,
sorry.
Still good.
Yeah.
All right, and after that endorsement, I think we're going to pack our knives and go.
This is fun. Absolutely. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.